Gaffer, I imagine you're a happy man at the minute.
Well, a game of two halves again, the old cliche, but first half we got off to a good start. We showed what we can be about when we press and when we play on the front foot and when we're positive with our play, and we deserve to go ahead. But if I'm honest, for half an hour of the first half we went on the back foot. We didn't work at the level we're capable of, and we almost gave them a route back in. Second half, the lads were terrific in their response. They accepted, I think, responsibility for the first half, and they stepped the game up and they showed what they can do. And some of the football was breathtaking. 5-1 away from home, you can't argue with. No one's going to enjoy the fact we conceded. It was a sloppy goal to concede, unnecessary goal to concede, and we have to be self-critical. We have to take the confidence of scoring 5 again, but we have to be self-critical and look at what happens to our attitude at times where we just let things slip. We need to improve the concentration and play with that ambition throughout the 90 minutes, not let it slip here and there.
We've talked about Jamie Cureton for the last 3-4 weeks, and he just seems to be getting better and better.
Well, he was outstanding today, Jamie, in both sides of the game. You look at a player and see him growing and developing, and his goal scoring is speaking for itself. Although there's some argument going on in there about whether it came off of Lee Angel's back or whether it's Jermaine, so they're fighting for who's got the brace today. But Jay was exceptional in both sides of the game. I've been critical of him in recent weeks because I've got such high expectations of him, and I want to see him getting better and better. And doesn't matter what I say. He takes it on board. He wants to listen. He wants to learn. He wants to improve. His goal scoring is speaking for itself, and he's going to be one hell of a player. And
you look at the goals we did score. You take Connor's goal, for instance. Unbelievable first touch and to have the composure to finish as goalkeeper's coming out. That's what you want to see.
Yeah, we always move towards the man who's put the ball in the net, and it was brilliant finishing. There'll be people who point at the chance early on in the first half and say, should have done better. But you don't score every chance you get. If you have the right habits, you'll score a high percentage of your chances. And what Connor started to do, like a lot of the lads, is that they're working with the right habits. So yeah, they missed the odd one, but they're putting a lot of them in the back of the net, and we do look clinical. We are improving in our clinicality, but the Wizard was instrumental as well. What a ball from him to put Connor through. Really clever play.
And as a manager in that second half, do you just sort of sit back and admire? You just want to enjoy it, don't you?
No, I think that's a really dangerous thing to do as a manager. I think you've got to be focused on the game. You've got to be focused on the next tackle, the next pass. You've got to be focused on whether the team's dropping too deep, whether it's playing too high. You've got to focus on the way the team's playing, because if you take football for granted, it kicks you. And I don't like getting kicked, so it's very much a question of keeping your concentration and making sure you see things through professionally. But
confidence must be high going into the next game on Tuesday night.
Well, of course, I think that's 3 on the bounce now. It's probably been a while since that happened, and what the lads are showing is a concentration and a determination and a relentless desire to improve the club's position and their lives, and you can see that in the way that they're going about things and the way they're playing, and it's good to be a part of. But what we saw today was what happens if you drop your work rate. In the first half, we saw us work with less than we've got in our bodies. In the second half, we saw us step up to the plate, and there's a lesson for you. 4-1 second half, 1-0 first half. When we work at the level we're capable of, we're some side.